Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing great today. I am Frances Jones, and I am your home-based education strategist and coach. Well, listen, today I thought I'd come on and just talk a little bit about making the transition to homeschool. And also just to kind of share my story. Many of you may know it, some of you may not, especially my newer followers. But I just wanted to share just a little bit of how we were able to come to the result and into the decision to actually begin our homeschool process. So my husband and I had always discussed and thought about the homeschool option. And it never seemed to be at the right time. When we talked about it, we were just like, nah. But we'd always come back to it. And then, of course, 2020 happened, right? For many of us, 2020 happened and things just kind of snowballed. And lo and behold, our daughter, who was at the age of 9 at the time, she was in the 4th grade. We learned a lot about her and her learning style and just as she's growing and developing. And one of the things that we really realized was that her being in a traditional classroom setting just was not going to work. Lots of distractions. It wasn't giving her the attention, the one-on-one attention that she needed to ensure that she actually understood and retained what she was learning. So that was a big concern of ours, and it may be for you as well. So that's something that we really thought about. And from there, she actually came to us and said, "Mom, Dad, can I just be homeschooled?" And while taken back at first, it was also like a breath of fresh air to know that this was something that she actually desired for herself and was able to make kind of a decision based on what she was experiencing in the classroom. So we made the move, and like I said, we had always been discussing it. I had been researching homeschool here in our state ever since she was an infant. So I was well aware of what needed to be done. But the biggest thing I think that many parents, especially clients that I'm helping with now, they want to make certain that they're making the right choice. And it's one of those things too, and I just want to encourage someone to say, guess what? Do you know you're making the right choice every single time? Absolutely not. But this is something that is a progressionary process that you have to give yourself loads of grace, loads of understanding, research before you make any decision. Research it. Make certain that you know exactly what you're getting into. Make certain that your child understands the changes that are going to happen, because it's completely different from being in a classroom setting. So just understanding that we jumped through it, we made the transition, we withdrew from the public school roster, and we started homeschooling, and it has been the best experience for us. It really has been an amazing experience. And what I always tell parents and what I always share with them is just to, once again, kind of going back to that grace, going back to the understanding that, guess what? You're going to be learning just as much as they're learning. You're going to have to refresh those things that you may have lost when you were in elementary school or middle school, even high school. You're going to have to go back and refresh yourself with those things. And even if you don't know, there are boatloads of resources. There's so many different resources that you can get, so many different co-ops and other people, other groups that you can get to collaborate to ensure that your children get everything. So while it seems like one humongous bite of something that you're not familiar with, it's still one of the best decisions that we could have ever made. And we're so grateful. We're so excited that we did do that. So I want to encourage you, make the transition if this is something that your heart is definitely moving towards. make the transition. Find out everything that you need to know, especially in your state. There are different laws, and I'll be doing a video on that as well. But there's different laws and rules and regulations for each state. So you definitely want to be well informed. You don't want to, jump out and have your child into something that you're not well informed about. So do your research. And if that is still something that is really, really moving for you to do, for your family, for your child, move forward in it. Don't allow the fear to hinder you from doing something that will ultimately be such of a huge investment and value in their future, in their academic career. So listen, guys, I hope that this helped right now with making the process, with making that transition, giving yourself a little bit of grace, understanding that every day is a new day, that you can change it up, that the flexibility is endless, which is one of the things I absolutely love. So listen, be encouraged, give yourself the grace, find out the information, and just move forward and take it day by day. Guys, this is Frances Jones, your home-based education strategist and coach. Have a good one and see you soon.